title of this section is HeartSet versus MindSet. Why do you think so many people struggle through life? I believe the primary reason is that most of us, regardless of our age, simply do not know what we truly want. We only think we know. From my experience, most people can tell you what they don't want, but they find it difficult or nearly impossible to tell you what they truly want in life. How can we know what we truly want? Well, please listen closely. To accomplish anything that you want in life with any measure of satisfaction, you must accurately identify what it is that you truly desire, not intellectually, but at a deep inner level. We will call this the heart level. These are your true heart's desires, and they're linked to your life purpose. True heart's desires are those things that you want so badly that you will do whatever it takes to get them, no matter how difficult it is or what the risk. True heart's desires are those things that you set your heart on. They are the things that you want with all your heart. One of the primary reasons that we don't reach our goals is that most of the goals that we are going after are not our true heart's desires. They are merely desires that we mistakenly think that we want. So we set goals that are not our true desires. Then we start moving down the wrong path. In the process, we continue to put our faith, money, and time into reaching these goals without realizing that we're set up to fail. How many times have you tried to be successful at something without succeeding? Then when you didn't achieve the results you wanted, you began to doubt yourself. You start to think that you don't have what it takes, or there must be something wrong with you. You may even see yourself as a failure. Then what do? Far too often you jump back in repeating the same technique that failed you before. Only this time you try harder and you fail again. You remain stuck in a continuous self-defeating cycle of trying and failing. The problem is that all along you were using the wrong techniques and strategies to get what you want. You have the wrong thought that creates the wrong action, and then that creates the wrong result. Keep in mind that incorrect assumptions, or false beliefs, are the foundations upon which all failure is built. If we fail, then we are operating out of a belief system that does not support what we desire. In other words, we have the wrong information, and we're trying to use that information to create the right results. Unfortunately, it's impossible to create the right results with the wrong information. What I would like to do is to share a better way for you to achieve the results that you desire. A way that is simple and easy to understand because it's the way that you're set up in your soul. It's your blueprint for success. It's the way people have achieved success from the beginning of time when there was no self-help programs like this. It still works today, and it will continue to work in the future. It's the building block on which all success is built. It's the cause of all great successes. And here's the secret. People who are the most successful are the people who are following their true heart's desire. If you desire something and it's your true heart's desire, there's a 100% chance that you will succeed. So when you follow your true heart's desire, it's not a question of if you can have it, it's only a matter of time. Having a life where everything that you do is derived from your true heart's desires is the most satisfying and fulfilling life that you can possibly lead. When you are on a journey to fulfill your true heart's desires, you will become open up to a new way of living, a life where everything that you've ever wanted will be available to you, and you will be on the path toward it and loving every minute of it. Your true heart's desires will also inspire you to take appropriate action when necessary. Let's face it, most things that are worth achieving will require you to move out of your comfort zone and take action. You won't do this unless you are pursuing your true heart's desires. When we are pursuing what we think we want or what we should have and not pursuing our true heart's desires, it makes every obstacle appear overwhelming and impassable. This causes most people to stop or give up at the first sign of difficulty. When they face obstacles that appear overwhelming and impassable, they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. They start to think that the only light they'll ever see in that tunnel is an oncoming train. The important point I'm trying to make here is the only way to truly overcome any and all obstacles in your life is to identify your true heart's desires. When this happens, you will know with absolute certainty that you can do whatever you set your heart and mind to do. Let's talk about why most people fail. Most people fail because they're trying to succeed with their mindset instead of their heart set. A mindset is a fixed belief system formed by our past experiences, education, and training. Most of the time, the things that you have your mindset on are not the things that you want, but things that you think you should or must do, be, or have. The real problem with using your mindset to accomplish your goals is there's simply not enough passion and emotional power behind it to guarantee your success. However, your heart set creates emotions that originate from your heart, and these emotions contain an intrinsic motivational power that will enable you to accomplish any goal. Your heart set is simply what you have your heart set on having, being, seeing, feeling, achieving, and experiencing. Perhaps you've heard people say, "Watch out when he has his heart set on something," or "When her heart is set on something, there's no way of stopping her." Maybe you have even used this phrase when describing something that you really wanted, such as, "I really have my heart set on starting my own business," or "I really have my heart set on that new car." Have you ever noticed that when you have your heart set on something, it usually happens? Why? Because when you are pursuing your true heart's desires, you are unstoppable. You will find a way to create whatever you desire, and you will do whatever it takes to bring it into your life. So why are we more likely to follow our mindset and not our heart set? One reason is that we don't want to be disappointed. We don't want our hearts broken. So rather than going after what we have our heart set on, we go after what we logically and rationally think will make us happy. Then, if things don't work out, we can logically and rationally deal with our failure. But here's the downside. Yes, you may suffer an occasional disappointment or a delay when going after whatever it is that you have your heart set on. But the bottom line is, you will never truly be happy until you pursue your heart's desires. And here's something else. As much as you want to be successful in any area of your life, as much as you want to be positive, your mindset or your logical, rational mind does not have the necessary force and power to overcome any and all obstacles. Remember when we talked about how our emotions determine the outcome of our life? Because our emotions are what activates the law of attraction? Well, your heart set or your heart's desire creates the most powerful emotions that you can experience, and therefore has the most magnetic or attracting power. Every self-help book that you have read or audio program that you've listened to acknowledges that we have this unlimited potential to do, have, or be whatever we want. But how many of them have actually shown you how to turn on this potential? The next logical question should be, how do I turn it on? Where's the switch? Well, you're about to find out right now. Your heart's desire is the switch. Having your heart focused on your true desire is how your latent talents, gifts, and abilities are unleashed. Once you have a genuine, clear, and accurately defined heart's desire, you will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to overcome any obstacle on your way to achieving it. If you are not tuned into your true heart's desires, you will never be able to use your full source of power. You will be like an 8-cylinder car running on 4 cylinders. Now let's be clear here. Your true heart's desires are not wishes, whims, or artificial goals, nor are they New Year's resolutions that are made up with little commitment to fulfill them. They are not even those things that you intellectually think would be nice to have. Your true heart's desires are those things in life that invoke passion, and they get you really excited on an emotional and feeling level. We all have this innate ability to achieve what we desire most, no matter what obstacles exist. When your heart's desire is driving you, obstacles may stand in your way, but nothing or no one will be able to stop you. When your heart and not your mind is set on something that you desire, you won't give up. You will do whatever it takes to have it or achieve it. Sometimes major obstacles may get in the way, but when it's your heart set and not your mindset, you will always find a way to bring it into your life. Whatever we choose to do in life, we will always have a gap. Often that gap will have barriers or obstacles between where you are now and where you want to be. Obstacles are not negative. They are just things that get in our way on the path to where we want to go. If your mindset or your willpower is fairly strong, you can usually overcome most obstacles. And if you have a strong mindset, determination, and willpower, you may even get most of the way towards your goal. However, and this is very important, the day you encounter a barrier or an obstacle that's bigger than your desire to achieve your goal, you will be stopped. You will not be able to overcome it no matter what you do. That's the bad news. The good news is there are no barriers or obstacles that can stop you when you are pursuing your heart's desires. The obstacles you encounter may be intimidating, they may slow you down, they may be difficult, they may hurt like hell for a while, but they won't stop you if they're your true heart's desires. I hope you're beginning to see that if you pursue anything less than your true heart's desires, you are already set up for failure. On the other hand, when your whole heart is committed to any desire, failure is never an option. Now you can see why most people fail. Even if they have good intentions, if they're coming from their mindset and not their heart set, they will eventually run into a brick wall. And when they do, they will be stopped permanently. They will never get through it. It's important for you to understand that you are set up for failure when your goals are not your true heart's desires. If your desires are things that you think you should have or would be nice to have, or are merely wishes, whims, impulses, intimidation, pressure, or even hopes or dreams, none of these things are your true heart's desire. Have you ever noticed that half-hearted athletes do not become champions? Or that half-hearted relationships don't last? It's the same for half-hearted salespeople or business owners. They're destined to a life of financial struggle. And here's something else to remember. Whenever you do anything half-hearted, you will only get halfway there. Anything less than wholehearted is guaranteed to produce a life of struggle and failure. The good news is that you can avoid a life of struggle and failure if you identify and follow your true heart's desires.